Hello, this is RICKY, the Android guy. Hey guys, today we're bringing you another camera comparison. And this camera comparison is between two of the best smartphones out there. They came out this year, which is the iPhone 7 Plus and the Galaxy Note 7. Now, why are we doing this? Because we have them both in the studio. That's it. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this against the Note 7 when the Note 7 is no longer available? It's because of this. We have them both in the studio, and if you're watching this, that means we should have uploaded it. So give us a like, thumbs up for uploading this. So just to give you a good idea behind the camera comparison between these two phones, we have the low light comparison, we have the detail comparison, the color reproduction, and then the all-important selfie. So let's take a look at two of the best smartphones on the market and see if the iPhone 7 Plus would have had the better camera compared to the Note 7, or if the Note 7 would have had the better camera compared to the iPhone 7 Plus. Now, when it comes to the low light, the Note 7 definitely does a better processing than the S7 Edge. With this comparison, the iPhone 7 Plus easily beat the S7 Edge this year, which was the opposite last year. The iPhone 6s Plus definitely lost last year, but Apple came a long way when it came to this. They no longer have any lens flare, where before they had the worst lens flare. They also, in this, also really have a nice depth and really good contrast between the two. However, when it comes to the Note 7, it actually does a much better job than the S7 Edge as well because of its software tweaks. Now, overall, between these two, I will still lean towards the iPhone 7 Plus, but it's a lot closer and it really depends on your preference. So let's go over a couple of things. One, the night light above I feel looks better because the iPhone 7 Plus has no lens flare, whereas the Note 7's lens flare kind of messes that up. However, when we take this photo, what we want on the low light is the building in the back. And the Note 7 does a better job of this. So you will get a better lit area in low light shots compared with the Note 7 than you would have with the iPhone 7 Plus. However, when we go to the bottom again, the concrete, this is more accurate. The Note 7 has a more accurate color of the concrete. However, the iPhone 7 gives it shades and depths that might not be true, but they are actually nice looking. So you have to keep that all into account. Overall, I just like the overall contrast better as we zoom in with the iPhone 7 Plus, although you have to say that the Note 7 is the better lit one. So it is up to you and what you look for in a low light comparison. Obviously, if you want the better lit one, the Note 7 would actually take this. However, I like the contrast better in the iPhone 7 Plus, and the fact that it has the lens flare kept to almost nothing definitely helps it out. So overall, when it comes to this comparison, I will give it to the iPhone 7 Plus. Now, when it comes to detail, we saw the iPhone 7 Plus did not fare against the S7 Edge, and really the Note 7 only does better when it comes to detail. So when it comes to zooming in on these two, yes, we get a much better detail on the Note 7 to the right. Now, in this photo, I tap right here on both of these photos and then take a picture. All the settings are on automatic. Of course, you can do a better job with this, but I like to take photos just how normally people would out of the box. And keeping in line with that, yes, almost every single title looks way better on the Note 7 side. You can especially see it in this Nintendo Land section right here where it's very clear and it's very blurry on the iPhone. But as we pass through all of these, again, you can see that just every single title almost looks better on the Note 7, giving a better overall clarity in comparison. So yes, when it comes to details, this is where the iPhone does not do that well, unfortunately. And when you zoom in, you definitely notice it. So if you really pinch to zoom on your photos, you're going to want the Note 7, and that's as well as if you crop them. Now, when it comes to color reproduction, this is a closer deal, and really the Note 7 again does a bit better job than the S7 Edge. But it might still be a tie. So let's take a look at this. When we put these two together, the point of contention was that the S7 Edge really made Steve Harvey look a lot more orange than necessarily brown. And really, the iPhone 7 does a better job still here, but the Note 7 does a much closer job in actuality as well compared to the S7 Edge. Still, I would give it to the iPhone 7 here, as well as when it comes to the green, the iPhone 7 represents the teal a little bit better. However, the purple looks more blackish on here and does look more purplish on here. When it comes to whites, though, we still get, again, the better overall white differentiation on the Note 7 than we do with the iPhone, which kind of masks and puts everything together and loses a lot of the detail that you gain in the Note 7. And when it comes to these faces on the side, we just get a lot more true than washed out. You can definitely see more color in the face and more washed out in the face here. And they do have a more contrast coloration in these faces than the iPhone is representing. So yes, this is truer to the actual board, and this would be more accurate. So for that reason, I still will call this an overall tie, even though I will say the Note 7 does a better overall job with color reproduction, as in getting most of this photo more accurately to the color compared to the iPhone 7 Plus. But since the iPhone 7 Plus still has one big positive, we will call it a tie. And when it comes to selfies, this is our stress test. So if you've ever seen our selfie comparison, you have the very dark area on the side over here, which both phones light up more than it actually is. And then we have the very bright area representing how it would be on a very sunny day, and we see if they overexpose it. So Apple has never done bright daylight selfies that well. It will overexpose, so if you ever have the sun behind you, you're going to have to turn around. Whereas on the Note 7, you can definitely see a lot of the photos I've taken on Instagram that have been outside come out beautifully. So yes, the sun is definitely handled better on the Note 7, as you can actually see the entire stair and railing here, and it's where it's completely washed out on the iPhone 7 Plus. On the left side, representing dark areas, both do a good job, but the Note 7 just has a bit better in terms of keeping the color of the actual room, whereas the iPhone kind of blends it in with more of the white on here. Now, both of these photos are taken at the same distance, yet you wouldn't know it because the Note 7 gains so much more in the shot. The iPhone stops here and the Note 7 gets this much more. Again, the iPhone 7 stops here and the Note 7 gets this much more. So you definitely get a huge amount more in the shot. And keep in mind, yes, you can stretch your arm a little bit further out with the iPhone 7 Plus, although, I mean, this is comfortable arm's length. So yes, you could do a selfie stretch and stretch out further, but this just has it by default. You don't need a selfie stick. The iPhone, however, gets one plus in here, and that is, although the detail's almost the same with my beard, the iPhone picks up the stubble, where Samsung, no matter what you do, will beautify your face a bit, so it gets rid of wrinkles, acne, and blemishes. That doesn't keep for as true as you actually have it. I tried to turn it off always when I take a selfie, but it still seems like no matter what, it still will beautify you a bit. So keep that in mind. Overall, the better selfie, though, time and time again, will be the Note 7, just giving you a much wider shot and letting you do it in very bright areas or very dark areas, much better off. So yes, for selfies, the Note 7 will take this. So when we go through them, low light goes to the iPhone 7 Plus, detail goes to the Galaxy Note 7, iPhone 7 Plus and Note 7 both have their benefits, so we'll call it a tie when it comes to color reproduction. And when it comes to selfie, the Note 7 definitely takes it. So yes, overall, if the Note 7 would have stayed out, it would have had the better camera compared to the iPhone 7, although you have to give Apple credit for having the better low light between the two. Alright guys, hopefully you did like this video. If you did, please give a like, thumbs up down below. And hey, if you watch this video all the way till now and you want a full comparison between the iPhone 7 Plus and the Note 7, let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you as always for watching. This has been RICKY.